Oh, okay. A lesser and a minor and a major and a greater. So they're minor and lesser.
So you could actually get the moderate reinforcing rune. It's a item 10, but it's 900 gold.
Yeah, no, 300 for a lesser reinforcing.
Shield's harness increased by 3, gains 52 hit points.
By 26, that's 26 plus 12.
What's the item level?
7.
And what's the cost?
300. And that would be... do you get a discount off that because you're doing it yourself, or is it 300 plus you got to find somebody to do it?
I can spend, I can roll to reduce the cost. And I think, crafting's a bit odd. So basically, in order to do it, you need downtime.
I think you need half the dollar value in all the materials.
Yep.
Then you roll.
And that'll reduce the dollar value further.
Yeah, every time you get a success or something like that, and how many days you spend reduces the amount. But you could just take forever or however long, and it's the same price as if you bought it. So it's really all about saving you money.
Yeah, it basically just works out to saving you a bit of gold.
It's almost like, if you spent your ability just to craft things and sell it, it's almost the same exact thing in a lot of ways.
So it's good for utility. Alchemical crafting, I would say, is probably the most useful in the field. Because I can we're going into this cave, I can literally make dark vision potions in the field. I can make potions of I have to check actually to see what's available now, because that's another thing that alchemists changed a lot. So I used to have 9 potions a day that I could make using my quick alchemy because of my my modifier stat, which was I think it was intelligence. You got so they used to give you your stat modifier, and then I also got a couple extra from my familiar. I still get the couple extra from my familiar, but I don't get the stat modifier. So I went from 9 a day down to 5. But I don't have to declare what I'm preparing for the day. I can make whatever I need out of my formula book on the fly.
Right.
Oh, and
I gotta say,
sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, just because we got to level up, if anyone took intelligence, you can, get a skill and get a language.
Oh yeah, I get a language.
Yeah,
I took a skill. That's why I am now trained in religion.
There you go. So, I really don't like the fact that early training in craft was like a blanket skill. I can craft anything. Leather, dinner.
They changed that in 2nd edition. You have to specialize right off the bat.
And you should, when handling such a rare material, Ryan, I'm assuming that training is probably not enough. You need to be expert or master legendary, depending on how rare or difficult or expensive said material is. It's just a guess, but I would probably guess that someone with just training in crafting just can't go, finally, mithril.
Persistence.
And to just go to town on it, I'm not saying you can't, but I'd be surprised if...
Crafting is extremely nerfed in 2nd edition.
Yeah.
Compared to what it was in 1st. In 1st edition, it was powerful. Now, in 2nd edition, it's just saves you a bit of money.
Before I got you guys back on the mic here, Doug, you had a wish list. You were talking about, just now, you're talking about moving a rune, but you were talking about investing some time into your character. With the schedule that I've been given from some of the standard players in this, I would have to say that I can't tease you about this being a cameo anymore. That we need you to be one of the Fab Four pretty much for the rest of the game.
I concur.
No, I'm fine with that.
If I get my hands on either of the Joes, or Aiden, they can be the fifth man.
Yeah, well, like we lost essentially have lost 3 out of 5 of our cast members on the show.
Yeah.
So I think Andrew as well. He could be, I don't think this is a cameo for you either, dude.
Plus, you can always use a half tank that has some side healing.
First, I was going to say, like, I'm not a half tank. I'm not a half anything.
No, you are tons of damage.
Yeah, dude, you're OP.
You are tons of damage.
Your damage, and you are the knowledge quotient.
No, not wanting. I should have this discussion like behind closed doors to keep the fans going, because we teased Doug endlessly about being the fifth guy and won't really need him and all stuff, right? Life happens. Is Aiden out for good? Is Aiden out for good? No, I'm not going to say that. But it might be a substantial amount of seasons, not episodes, but seasons before we get Aiden or Joe Gibson back into the show. Joe Davis will be returning to the show, but in a cameo stance, on and off type of thing. So you get your
and that's because of his availability. I would say like he's probably going to be mostly relegated to a cameo role in just about anything he does.
Or hey, we have Davis, let's do his show.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we, let's do First Edition Fridays, that kind of thing. Anyway, let's get back into it, shall we? And run some.
Yes, we shall.
I will say that on Doug's Star Wars, when we go to logos, and I know I'm breaking the rule, Joe, but he's not here. In the video, you always see me point at the camera, and then Doug comes in and does a spiel.
Because you've still stolen focus, and I have stolen it back. What I should do is say something to steal focus, and then
there you go.
Look behind the pod there.
Like spending a decent amount of time haggling with little old Xanadu and the implications of it's funny because during the break, right, Cheryl's helping me put mom to bed and stuff. She's like, she gave me the scene between her and Frank. She literally replayed it for me. So she's like, he was wounded. I offered healing. And I'm like, okay. And she said, and I prepared a big, long, I looked it up and I prepared a prayer, because you wanted me to role play and you're edging me on. I'm like, I know, I'm Doug's nemesis now. So do yours, let's hear the prayer, right? Prepared this prayer. And I read through it. And Frank's character says, well, that was kind of long-winded. And she said, you know what I should have said? Oh, I'm sorry, darling. Did you want the short version? Heal. You get 1 hit point. Right. And I'm like, so you want to play again? Like, can we do a cutscene? She's like, what? I'm like, I'll open the next show. We'll cutscene. Your Desmond, little halfling cleric, has traveled the other direction. We'll pick it up. You're in a bar somewhere, and you're telling this story. It's just like, no, I'm not doing a cutscene. Anyway, like, you mad? She's like, no, it was just Frank's character insulting my character. She's like, I don't care. I said, okay. So you wouldn't have cursed them? No. So I have confirmation, no curse, just in case, just in case you thought the player might have cursed you, as opposed to, something.
It wouldn't be the first time. It certainly won't be the last time.
Won't be the last time you rub somebody the wrong way.
Right, wrong, they're all a matter of perspective.
What? Well, there's no alignments anymore. Right? Okay, yeah, right. So let's clean up our map. let's talk about you guys traveling the 3-day stretch from Cypress Point to Kintargo itself in Ravenel, right? Journey will take you by land 3 days.
Okay.
You guys have agreed to take.
We'll take him if he's willing
to.
If he's willing to wait the couple days for us to go home, drop our shit off, maybe grab some trade goods to sell in Kintargo.
Yeah. So are you guys? Now we're back to this list. I thought we dealt with all that in the last episode. No, GM, let's dig up that list again. You want me to push the button? You want me to liquidate all that stuff? 2 flails, a full plate. Okay, wait a minute. Not Doug's full plate.
Yeah, not the full plate.
Well, how about this? In Kintargo, you might have the actual magical prowess through the clerics and the arcane to actually transfer a rune. I know off mic you guys were looking that up. Did you find the new revised rules on how to, steam the armor and lift the decal oh so gently without ruining the sticker, and then placing it on your new piece of armor and then drying it?
So you can't apply an armor rune to a shield.
No, and Kintargo, if it's a bigger city, might be a better place to offload this stuff, which is not to say that you aren't obviously doing this as a GM, press the button in half, and we're not trying to necessarily negotiate, but if we're there and we're also looking for something like a resilience rune or something like that, then, we can kind of carry it there and then convert it. I don't know what the plate 1 conversion would be.
Was actually going to be my next suggestion is Drew, make a roll. You should sell this crap in Kintargo and maybe get better prices, right?
Well, the thing is that by the rules, you can't even sell. We haven't encountered, we're already starting to outpace with the stuff we found the cities we can even sell them in. Nobody will buy most of the stuff we've gotten because it's out leveled our sales area. And that's where a big part of the issue has come and why we're stockpiling all this crap.
Yeah, most of your stuff is below 4th level items, really. So Kintargo should be able to handle it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I could be wrong, but I haven't.
Which maybe is instead of taking the time to drop stuff off at home, although I think we should drop raw currency off at home, maybe. For the stockpile.
Like the ingots or something else?
Yeah, the ingots, precious gems and stuff. Because like I said, we got to keep a certain level of upkeep going for the renovations.
I figured carrying an ingot in a bag of holding is a great anime moment of how about this cold hard cash? It's like a big bar of gold, right? It's a big bar of silver or whatever. You might want to keep those in his bag where you could whip out solid amount of cash going here. Because it's an ingot, anyone can use it. Anyone could go to a smith and, it's not minted gold of the wrong country with the wrong king on it or some shit. It's here you go. Here's a trade good. What do you say? Not to mention any schmeck, you bring out a big bar of valuable metal and they're going to start salivating, right? It's the presentation itself, would give you
me while I whip this out.
I give you guys bonuses to haggle. Here, we have raw material. Here's a bar of this, Point us in the right direction.
Nowadays where they're where'd you get this?
Well, they might, depending on who you're trying to, there is.
The laws differ from country to country. Same thing as here, though. I mean, you bust out a bag of diamonds in the United Emirates. Nobody's gonna. They don't care where it came from. That's cold hard cash. You know what I'm saying? But if you were to bust out a bag of diamonds in the UK, they're gonna ask questions.
I mean, because you guys went over the northern border, no tariffs, right? I mean, if you went to southern border, there might be. Oh, it's too soon. I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. 25% on all the gold you stole from.
No, that is a fair point. So maybe instead of carting everything back to the Citadel, we'll just take it with us and sell it in Kintargo, where we have the availability to sell stuff. So maybe the question is do we got any junk we've stored at the Citadel that we should be taking to Kintargo to sell?
Okay.
being traveling.
I'm assuming you guys were just giving all your wealth to a certain mason to cover back charges of all the construction you want done. Don't forget, you got to feed that wood chipper, or construction will just stop.
That's what I've been talking about, dude. That's what I've been saying. We have to make sure we're keeping the coffers at the keep full to keep the construction going.
Yeah. So what's it going to be? Move forward to get better prices from Doug for higher level, and then double back later, or double back and get a certain amount now? Because it sounds like you were discussing options. Sorry, not making party.
Well, I was just wondering if there's anything we should like. So basically, what I'm trying to figure out is, do we bother to go back to the Citadel to get shit to sell in Kintargo because we couldn't sell it in Breach Hill? Because there was stuff that we just couldn't sell because it was over level for the settlement. They couldn't afford it. Our shit was too good.
While you've been talking, I've been trying to skimming through the module and now skimming the internet. You know how the cities have city stats?
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I found some basic stuff on Kintargo, but nothing on magical items or their limit or whatever. So we're gonna have to dig into that later.
It should have a settlement level. Somewhere.
As in,
7.
Yeah, level as in
Level 7.
40. Yes, but 12 at 4724, which is the current year.
Oh, so it's an even
12.
higher level.
Yeah.
Nice.
So 47,
we're laughing.
4719, which is, I'm guessing, is their Hell's Rebels or whatever. Because the current year is like 4725 or 4721. Age of Ashes is like 21 or 24 in there. So it says, level 12. So
Okay, so we're good. We're laughing.
no, it's not
One of the
everybody.
best places you've been to, because everything.
Oh, it's 100% the best place. This is, I think Breach Hill's level 2 or level 4 maybe, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the stats in the city are broken down to era because it was pre-Cheliax owned, after Cheliax owned.
That makes sense, yeah.
On Tuesdays, on weekends, blah, blah, blah. But anyway,
Famine.
so yeah.
So, but we're going at a boom time, so we're good. That's why I was saying, is it worth it going back and grabbing some of that crap that we couldn't sell? That we literally the thing that I think the statue that we figurine or whatever that we gave the Mason guy, we couldn't sell it in the town.
That's gold worth. And you said, here, this is worth 400, take it off our bill. And they're like, okay. That's why he has it. Yeah. No, I don't think you're holding on any, unless you want to sell the cauldron, the token, those rare magical module specific items that they have no idea what to do with, or you couldn't even improve the level. If you're hanging on to those and want to liquidate one of those,
that's what I'm talking about.
But some of that gear is on Gibson's character. Some of that gear is on Davis's character. I'm looking through this list, or you guys look through your notes, name me one thing that isn't like a ingot or a little statue worth 400 gold. That's liquidable. Some sort of, and I'm not talking about Messina's little monkey.
Rod of Wonder, Grim Trophy, Ring of Lies.
Okay. You want to start putting those in the party sheet? Push the button. Let's go.
I'm debating on whether or not I should keep hauling around these black powder kegs.
I would keep those for now.
Okay.
I gotta say, you're in a city and then things are going to happen, and sooner or later there's going to be a heist, or let's hit their stronghold, or how do we escape the mine or something, and you're going to be like, oh, if I had those kegs, what a distraction, or what a door we could make. So DM's telling you, do you hold up as long as you can make them, keep them portable?
I have a hard time parting with them. Very much hard time parting with them.
If you need somebody to pack mule one of them, I will definitely, because
they're not an issue because I've got my shadow and my last upgrade to my relic gave me another boost, or because it gets more powerful as you level, right? So it just did a big jump from I think it was 1 or 2 bulk, and now I think it's at 5 or 6 or 7 or something like that.
Okay. So burning enough time on this.
Anyways,
we'll hit some finer points. So you guys are traveling by land.
Yep.
You're schlepping Halika Shadeborn, pictured here.
Okay.
The Netherese merchant.
Does she have any abilities, or are we basically protecting her?
Well, that's the thing is during these 3 days, do you guys try to get to know this dude? Little diplomacy, get this guy to open up, or is it just sort of like he's a passenger? And
I've got diplomacy. Oh,
yeah,
throw some in the tower.
I can diplomance, I think, a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Seems like an interesting fellow.
Perception and diplomacy to nudge wink make an impression. So if you have any bonuses, check out my ingot.
I actually have bonuses to deception now because of that cape, but I'm going to stay away from that for now.
Okay.
Did my diplomacy go in? Did you see a diplomacy?
Okay. So he was pretty forthcoming in the beginning, but every day that you guys spend with him, you can make a perception and a diplomacy check.
So 3 days?
So,
yeah.
Yeah, so if you give me 3 of each.
Here's my perceptions, and here is my diplomancing.
Okay. I'll just... It's funny because they come up, tower rolls come up as shadows. You just see all these shadows swirling around.
Shadow dice rolling everywhere. We don't know what happened. Is he our best friend now, though?
Hang on. I'm scrolling. There's a lot going on in my thing here. Let me find the beginning of this mess. Okay.
Yeah, Jeff asks for our tower rolls, and then he's rolling at the same time, so we don't know he's rolling. Devious trick.
Gotta read them all.
There you go. So you guys find that although Halika was surprisingly forthright with you guys up front, at first he keeps few details from you until he gets to know you better. Each day you guys can, that you're in his company, you guys are traveling along, you can attempt a diplomacy check or deception check to convince him to open up to them. So if anyone feels that they'd like to swap out, okay, starting at the top, Glug Glug was first one to pull the cord. Oh, sorry, Al was the first one to pull the cord. With where are we? Perception. Okay, no, save those till later. We start with the other ones. So going to our first perception. Where are we? Why are you throwing in religion? Oh, no, I'll keep that, Al. I can use that, actually. Occultism.
Did I throw a religion?
No, I went back too far.
It is really, it is also really...
I was just like, wait a minute, what's going on? Elbrick. What is day one? How would you try to get this guy to warm up to you? It doesn't have to be a big spiel, but give me your 5 to 30 second, and I'll let you know if you're successful. That's really good. I might even give you a bonus to the roll, and you might.
I would attempt to ply him with like stories, being a fellow merchant, because that's my whole motivation. Is to
Okay.
So talking to like, oh, it's amazing being on this part of the world. Looking to set up distribution networks, get a regular supply thing going.
Okay. He agrees. He becomes interested, and next thing you know, he's asking you questions and getting you to talk about your big dreams and plans. And the day goes by, or you don't really get very far with him, and then Glug Glug,
he's diplomancing the diplomancer.
Hang on. Now you have 2 more days and 2 more rolls. Do you have any hero points? Did you want to try to change that first roll?
I do have a hero point, but I don't feel this is a very heroic moment.
Okay, fine. That's good. I heroically sign here, pyramid scheme, Sorry, wrong game. That was Spiegler in his vein of silver. Next up,
and I'd ask him about what he sells. He's a merchant, right? What does his, because is he general? Is he specialty? You work on that common ground. You know what I'm saying?
He works in security services.
Oh, he's a spy.
He offers spy stab. Oh, okay, done. He has a product.
Did we have to deliver him alive?
that he has to offer, that he wants to offer from the Daldees, and it's like a contract. And they will supply something that will protect Kintargo. Sounds like he's an arms dealer, but he's not traveling with like weapons. But so it's like, what would he offer? Anyway,
I'm trained.
Glug, tap in there, yeah.
Yeah, what I will say is that I do have lore warfare, so I wouldn't mind asking whether that could be a check to drop in, since an obscure lore, if he is something to protect the people, if lore warfare would help.
It would, but it would give you a long list of possibilities.
Yeah.
At this point, you need him to like tell you more, and then you would know the lore would tell you about that one thing. You know what I mean? If you drop it now, you'd be like, I'd give you a whole list of possibilities. That's not going to do you any good. I like where you're going with that, but Glug, your diplomacy. Let's activate that. How would you try to tap in to this guy?
What do you do when you're not at work? Any hobbies? Fishing?
I enjoy the arts and theater, and again, he's vague. You're close. I mean, he gives you you guys are getting close to his DC where he'll talk about, I like the arts. I like, as opposed to being specific, you know? Anyway, Karam or Muros, did you guys, your roles that are in here, was this first day, or do you want to just leave him alone?
Yeah, I put in first day and all that is.
Because it does say each PC can attempt a DC 28 diplomacy or deception check to get him to open up. So you guys, you just line up behind him. Come on, man. Let's go. Tell me a story.
It's my turn.
All right, Karam. What's your angle?
Twos.
You know, I think I'll talk about my childhood and how, you know, my parents wanted me to go into the profession of like law-abiding, you know, police officer type thing, and that just wasn't for me. I wanted to look at the details and, you know, kind of be that investigator and track people down and kind of see what his childhood's like.
I want to be the city guard. No, Dad, I don't want to take an arrow to the knee. I want to be the city guard. I want to be an investigator. I want to be a detective. Oh, that's funny. Okay. It actually kind of strikes a chord with him, with Karam hitting a 31 to the 28, and he says, yeah, my folks weren't very thrilled that I wanted to devote myself to the Umbral Court itself. It thought it was too dangerous. They thought, you know, as a merchant, I could sell points at the dwarf alcohol or clothing or, you know, things like that. But to be, now I admit, quote unquote, I am one of the most junior of the Naldalese diplomats visiting the Silver Council in Kintargo. I believe that the idea of being able to summon a creature to defend the city, a, shall we say, disposable force, could greatly benefit Kintargo and Ravendale in its new budding leadership now that they have wrestled themselves from Cheliax. Wouldn't you agree?
That is quite a proposition. That is, not.
And we got him terrible. We got him to open up. So I'm afraid to look at Muros' role because then he's just gonna go off on some tangent. Luckily, there's no roles for Muros right now. Muros, did you want to try and diplomat this guy, or are you happy that Karam got something out of him? We'll go to day 2.
You roll?
You don't have to, but every PC has a shot at this guy to try to get him to open up and find out more about him.
Then why wouldn't I roll?
Okay, deception or diplomacy, your choice.
Wow.
I should have lied.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute here.
Okay, well, we go to day 2. Did you want to? I did kind of throw deception in at the end. If anyone wants to change their second diplomacy roll for a deception roll, I'm not telling you.
Yeah, I totally will do that.
Okay.
I will wear my Ring of Lies. I will interact with it, casting glibness on me, which gives me a +4 circumstance bonus to deception.
Oh, I wondered why they gave you this damn ring, because I've been like, where the hell are they going to use this? Wait, lie to the golem. You don't have dark vision. You know it. What?
So, but on top of wearing it, which gives me an item bonus, so I will. This gets a +6.
Okay.
I'm gonna come in with my big guns.
Okay.
And I will lie to him.
Lie.
Yeah.
Let's have the deception of the tower, man.
Yep. 100% lie. All right, here we go. Where is this modifier? 6. Deception. Here it comes, baby.
Wait. Oh, okay. Okay, let's have it.
I will tell him a story of difficulties that I encountered in my career as a merchant. You know, way back in the day, I was doing this moonshine run from one still to a neighboring town, and I encountered bandits, and it was the worst time ever. But thankfully, I was able to tuck my way out of the situation and leave those ne'er-do-wells in the dust.
How did you get away?
Well, the interesting part about it is I didn't even get away. See, what happened was I convinced the bandits to work for me.
Really? Okay. He seems, at that point, you have him, and he wants to hear the story of how you convinced people that were threatening your life on the road, because as a merchant, he's always worried about bandits himself. So the fact that you could just talk your way out of it or make them an ally, he's eating this up hook, line, and sinker because of your 34.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not saying you critted his DC, but okay. What else we got here?
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
He's he reveals that during the trip, he's secretly worried that the delay, because he got captured and almost sold into slavery and stuff, won't even be noticed by his superiors because he's so down on the ladder. But he intends to perform as well as he can as soon as he arrives and try to make his mark in the merchant world of Nadal for the Umbral Court. And this brings us back to perception. And since you're the one that got this out of him, Al, I'll go back to your perception roll. 34, which is also strong enough. Little sense motive, Al. You realize this dude has no friends in Kintargo, and probably would appreciate it that when you guys are there, that you guys might look him up and spend a little time with him, because he seems to be warming up to you guys. And instead of just like, this just being a swipe left situation with this guy, swipe
Who's
right
your
kind of
favorite, strongest hero?
Yeah. And lastly, anyone wants to try to apply this guy in the second day, or shall we say the third day, just to get closer to the city? Some more diplomacy from Karam or Glug Glug using existing roles, or deception if anyone wants to swap over. I will want a fresh spiel though, so who dares? Anyone? I got rolls in front of me if anyone feel they got a new angle. What?
You have my rolls.
I do. So if you want to have it, give me a fresh angle of how you diplomats this guy.
Seems like one of those you got to know when to hold them or when to fold them opportunities.
So what kind of combat skills do you have, if any? Are you generally capable with your own defending yourself, or do you
natural
depend
one
on the kindness?
Glug. Natural one in the tower for 15 Glug Glug. He seems worried that you're, pointing out his obvious weakness in stature. kind of shuts him down for the day.
Can you give me an intimidation roll?
I'll burn a hero point to re-roll that because I don't.
Yeah,
glug.
Oh, because Doug had 2 from the last session. All right.
Not much better. That one's only a 20. I rolled that out of the tower, but
no, that's fine. That's fine. Like what? At this point, it's obvious.
What that was.
Yeah.
I at least wanted to get it up out of a critical failure so that he wasn't thinking that I was,
threatening him.
Yeah, threatening him, offering to take his stuff. That's good. I don't have to succeed. I just don't want to.
I'm torn. Like the tower's purpose is if you guys see all these 30s, are like, yeah, we nailed it, right? And then it's like, why is his DC so high?
No,
but when I get to the point
that's
of,
not a problem.
But when I get to the point of like revealing, when I do get to the point of revealing his DC, I don't mind if the rolls were open. That's why I was like, wait. To Matt, I was like going to try and get him to roll it open just because I had revealed the DC.
Yeah.
And then it becomes that point of like, yeah, I nailed it, So we'll try to open with some tower, maybe end with some open rolls kind of thing for tension. Unfortunately, Glug, no. He seems intimidated with you.
Well, hopefully he's no longer terrified and critically worried about me.
Oh, no.
I just want to, reassure him that...
Yeah, under 18, he'd just be like, doesn't want anything to do with
you. that I can be on watch.
Okay.
Don't worry, you can sleep now.
Karam, you also had some more diplomacy.
Yeah. I guess we could talk a little bit more about his spiel, about his summoning merchandise, and try to see like
go down that line.
Just kind of see, well, is it books, is it scrolls?
All right. So you have 2 rolls. One was intended for day 2, one was intended for day 3. One sucks, one nails it. Which one do you want? Do you try to ply him on day 2, or do you try to ply him on day 3? One roll, he's going to avoid you, and you'll probably not get anything else out of him. The other one totally nails it. Which one do you want?
We'll do day 3.
Day 3 is the one. Day 2, you got a natural 3 for 15, and you're hiding behind Glug in the pouting line. So, day 3 got you the 28 that you needed. He reveals to you that he is a 5th level cleric of Zon Kuthalan. And he would be willing to set aside some healing spells for you guys every day to help you guys with some healing if you tracked him down in the city if you needed it. Because anyone that can look me in the eye and be interested in the fact that what I have to offer is a contract so that Kintargo that we can summon demons to help defend the city, because that's what we do in the Umbral Court. That's what we do in Nadal. So they have some dark summoning magic to summon some nasty things that fight for its master and, lay waste to its enemies. How would you like some pop-up nasties to, defend your city against what threatens it? This is the service / product he is willing to offer the city and try to negotiate with the Silver Council that now rules the city on behalf of the Umbral Court.
Yeah,
does anyone find this offensive? Is it die heretic time and they never find?
I was thinking about that. I'm like, does Albrecht find this? Albrecht would be intrigued.
Al, you have religion. You just picked up religion.
I do. So what do I know?
Would you like to know more about Zon?
I really would. I would like to know. What do I know? Let's see. I rolled a 13 for a total of 28.
Would anyone like to know about have you heard the good news? First of all, the symbol for Zon Kuthalan is a cracked skull with a chain that runs into one eye socket and out the other, and it does not have a lower jaw on said skull. The deity of Zon Kuthalan, pronounced Zon Kuthan, kneel before Zod, possesses one of the most twisted and evil minds in the great beyond. His position as a god of pain is well earned, and he has been the root of countless tortures, murders, and worse throughout time.
So I'm questioning the ability of healing from a cleric of pain.
Oh, you'll get healed, but it'll be painful.
The followers are lawful neutral, lawful evil, and neutral evil. They are not chaotic chocolate. They're not chaotic nut bar. They're on the the lawful society side,
but definitely evil.
But definitely evil. We'll just hope.
What
our
do
friend
you
is
think of
lawful neutral 'cause
chocolate?
he's mutual. Yeah. Do you like dark chocolate?
Sin.
I think I'd I don't think I'd take offense. I don't think I'd be like afraid or anything like that, but I also don't think I would trust him.
So he's like, "Oh, yeah, we'll call you." And you just never go back to him. It's free healing. Yeah.
So, it's an emergency.
We'll call you.
Want to taint my soul. It's bad enough I've got strong-armed Kurgus, the orc champion, looking over me, wanting me to flex every pinky every other day. And then we've got Captain Greenfaith that doesn't even know he's a druid, and he's got half the animals and bunnies and all this Snow White shit follow him around, and he doesn't even pay homage to the gods that make that all possible. And then we have Niles,
yeah,
who made a deal with a demon in the last dungeon. And then we have Davis.
Actually,
I forget his cleric's name.
It was me who made the deal with the
was
the
it?
demon.
Was it you? Oh,
Yeah.
You're fine. Oh, you're fine. Or is it a test? Has some power put this guy in front of you, going, "Look, we're not all bad." It's all good.
Too many coincidences. I don't like this. Yeah.
Brilliant writing. A guy that writes a module where there's a demon that you could make a deal with that just got summoned by your opponent, and then later on you got.
I don't think
merchant.
I'd be like afraid of him, or would be like I don't think I'd like dislike him specifically because of that, but I think I would not trust him because of that.
Yes. He's on the other side of the religious political fence, and I hear you, brother, but we're just coworkers.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to hang out.
We're just traveling companions. I'll drink a flagon with anyone.
Okay. Well, he doesn't say he's not clingy or whatever, but you get the distinct impression that he does let slip where he's staying. When you're there, if you guys want to look him up, and he could have some healing for you, and he's got to go see the council. And, after my weekend business is done, I got to kind of wait around for a couple weeks to hear the council's decision. So I'll have free time, nudge wink, to the halfling. And then Albrecht pulls this nugget of wisdom and information out of him, going, yeah, I'm an arms dealer that summons demons. Really? Okay. Well, fudge.
Yeah. I will store that information away, last resort. I got 3 hit points left, and I made it to town. I know a guy. He's shady, but he'll do the job.
Yeah, you send all the NPCs you don't like to him.
But no, like I said, I'll share a drink with anyone cordially because alcohol. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way to befriend this guy, really, unless I can make. Nah, I don't want to deal with. Nah, no.
Okay. So, right at that point, somebody told me the day, it's like, why do you just put up maps? I'm like, for the visualization. It's like, yeah, but that's an item that the player should buy, especially ones that are teleporting around the countryside. Why are you just giving them maps? It's like, well, podcast or not, we do use a VTT. It's really annoying to try and picture just going, it's up the coast, it's down the coast. But I do try to give you a bare bones map.
Yes, you do.
Now he has been supplied with a very decent map of Kintargo.
Oh, will he let me copy it?
Hey, well, you wouldn't have the. You'd have to sit down for a week, you know what I mean, for the detail.
I'm pretty sure I got a writing set, dude. Yeah, got a writing set.
You could sell it to him. He'd sell it to you.
Oh, how much?
much is a map in the items?
I have no
50
idea.
gold. Go into items in the, what's the standard? Sorry, but like, I know I sound like the DM that doesn't know shit. Dude, they changed the rules and like everything.
I know.
I have no idea. Map, right? Items. Map.
Well, I think there's varying details too, like value on the detail.
Well, classic was 50 gold, so I'm going to say 50 silver.
And catch that, Doug. I think you were muted.
I was just going to say the player's handbook is only 365 pages long, so I don't understand why you don't have it memorized along with the rewrite.
I know, right?
Did all that.
Savage. Leave that.
Shaw.
Because unlike most savvy GMs, I'm running 6 campaigns simultaneously, not one.
You should know 6 times is more.
Take that. There is only one man who I have to begrudgingly call out and used to respect, kind of distance myself from them.
Respect.
And now, suddenly now I have to do a shout out because Doug made me realize that I do have respect for this guy because he's the only GM I know currently running and podcasting like 5 or 6 campaigns. And that is Mr. Troy LaValle of the Glass Cannon podcast and me. I don't think he knows I exist.
So yes, there are
even though I email him every day.
He blocked me a long time ago.
Hi, dear. How are you doing?
50 silver. What do you say?
50 silver sold.
Okay, take it off your character.
I will. Yep, that leaves me with 3 silver.
Or a really cool magical item of comparison.
Oh wait, hold on. Maybe we'll take one of my garnets. Sorry, black fire opals. There were some bucks.
As long as it's worth more and I don't have change.
Oh no, that's worth way too much.
It's a really good map, dude.
Probably
more detailed than an actual map you could buy for 50 silver.
I'll pay him the 50 silver. It'll be 4 gold and 10 silver, but yeah.
Sure,
Is that not 1 gold 10 silver, correct?
Gold is 10 silver, yes. Check out
This looks very water deepy. I don't mean to cross the streams, but
yeah, no, I know. I was thinking of Baldur's Gate too. It's just like this yeah.
Oh, this is a sick map.
Yeah.
very water deepy.
A coastal city where there's some island inlets outside the city acting as huge breakers. The whole city is cut into 2 halves with sort of I want to say a 35 versus 45% kind of thing going on. 35% in the upper half and 45% in the lower.
San Francisco and Oakland situation going on.
Yeah, it's
very Seattle.
Pretty cool. Anyway, now it may or may not be listed, right? Like just because it's on this map doesn't mean it's on yours. However, it will remind you that, oh, hey, we ask around where Castle Kintargo is. Well, it's obviously the big castle, but you know what I mean? Like, where's Sunset Imports? Where's, blah, blah, blah. And you could probably find out where it is and then,
mark it on the map. Yeah.
Here it is on the map, right? Kind of thing, right? If it's import company, it's probably on the docks.
Yeah, I'll buy that. I'll buy that map for sure.
Yeah. Now, drawing your eyes to number 7 on the map, if you look at the finger docks.
The finger docks?
Little finger docks in the bottom half of the upper half of the city. Okay. You see number 7 is Sunset Imports, right? You guys logically would ask around, go down to the docks, and before you pinpoint it, not with this map, but you know what I mean? You use this map to direct you to, you know what I mean? Because he wouldn't have every import company written on his map. Follow me?
Yeah, but a detailed map of the streets and whatnot. Pretty awesome.
Is like pretty water deepy. I mean, like zoom in there. Look at that.
It is very water deepy. You're right about that.
Juicy and water deepy. All right. The civilized.
Every time I hear a Pathfinder god name, my Faerunian brain immediately tries to translate it. Because I know all.
Who says Forgotten Realms has to be 5th edition? Can't we do like Forgotten Realms Pathfinder? Is that taboo? I mean, didn't they just sell Abomination Vaults to 5th edition? And didn't they just sell their entire world of Galorian to the Savage Worlds rule set, which we are currently playing Rise the Rune Lords? Shout out to Joe Davis, our new GM, in our new podcast, The Savage Rune. So, no, Doug. You cross those streams. Let's revisit the realms sometime. But I want to do the old realms. This 4th edition and beyond is bullshit. I want to go back to the good old days. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the Silver Sisters.
1368 Dale Reckoning.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, time of troubles, man. When Cyric was just a human trying to become a god. Kelemvor was just an adventurer.
No. You play an old, burned out 1970s, like, who's the guy from Reds? Oh, next to Bruce Willis.
Wolverines. No.
No. You know what I'm talking about, eh?
I don't. I sort of do, but I don't know.
Okay.
Ooh, what's the war cage? Is that a battle arena?
Don't look too
You sweet
Don't
unknown
look too
child.
deeply, he says.
You have a map, but
You don't know, do ya?
Wait.
Delete.
No.
Does this thing have layers?
You didn't know you had me with you until you do.
They need to have layers.
There you go. There. This is your map. Sorry. There you go. There's your map.
Yeah.
Go no
Yeah,
legend.
by the way,
Fuck all.
hey, can I get? I was writing a letter. Yeah, I shut the fuck up. Wait, I want to write a letter to Roivagog. I wanted to hear your heart.
Hey, there's a big temple in the middle of the city.
Yeah. Dear Roivagog, get fucking wrecked.
Miros has been drinking the entire time on the road. You guys,
Yes, he has.
roll up to the front gate. You gotta get.
That's the danger of traveling with Miros. Is the longer the trip, the drunker he gets on the way.
Drinks like a dwarf, lives in a gnome body.
So anyway, I was ready to set this one fucking off here.
Not only is his speech slurred, but he stutters.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gnome. Do you have any personal identification before we let you in the Silver City?
Would you want to? I can identify as whatever you want me to.
So you're a cleric of Rovagod, is that correct?
No, I had a letter for Roivagog.
Oh, you're here to deliver. You're a messenger.
No.
He pulls you aside. You don't seriously expect me to believe you're dating Rovagod. That's a love letter.
Well, it was a rough and tumble time, to be honest. She does not take well to
He stands up and pinches his nose. He's like, oh, I missed the upper wall ever since I took that arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
I've been down here at the gate, and we'll see you all next time.
Sucks to be a gate guard.